In this video, we will talk about how a buyer can create a response template. A response template is nothing but a form that the buyer can require that a supplier fill out as a response to an RFP. Now, these forms can get pretty complex, but RequestProposal.com provides a very easy way for you, the buyer, to create a response template. Now first, let's log in as a buyer on RequestProposal.com. On the buyer dashboard, you will see a button that says Manage Response Templates. Click on that, and you will be taken to a buyer template management page. Now, so far we have not created any templates. It is a good idea to create these templates before you create your first RFP so that we can use these templates as a required way to respond to the RFP. So click on the Create New Response Template button. Now, a response template, as I mentioned before, is a form that you will create that will require the supplier to enter certain information. Now, first, you want to give your template a name. You call it you have to leave no spaces in the name of the template only. Call it My Response Template. And if it's for a particular sector, you can, say for oil and gas sector. You can give it a description. It's better to make it as descriptive as is necessary for you to remember which template this is. Now, there are many template types, but currently we are making a proposal template, a template that is required for a proposal. Now, a template can have many different sections, just as a form has many different sections. And in each section, you have many items. What an item is a question and an answer. So let's say we'll call the first section Your Company. We want to ask in the first section information about the supplier's company. So we'll call that section label Your Company Info. They will see this as a section in their form, and you can describe it. You can describe it more clearly if you want. Now, this is what this item label is actually a question that you ask the supplier. You can say, how many years has your company been in existence? Now, the answer that they give, you can require it to be a certain type of answer. It can be text that they type in, a descriptive text. But in this case, we can expect them to type a number, how many years. They can't type in anything else there. Now you can describe, if they have a question, if the supplier user has a question, you can be more descriptive about this question that you asked. Okay, well, in this case, we'll just be succinct. Please type in how many years, okay? Then, this is a comment. You don't need to fill in all this stuff, but if you do. Now, here you can select whether you require the user to type in an answer or not. Sometimes you care about an answer, but not that much. So you don't require the supplier user to type in this answer. In this case, I want to know how many years they've been in existence. How wide should the answer box be? Let's say it's 100 pixels wide. And how many characters do you want them to type into that particular answer box? We don't want somebody to type in 1,000-year-old company, so we'll say the maximum is 100-something-year-old company, so 3 characters to type in. Now we'll put in a second question and an answer, which is a second item, in the same section. Now let's say this question is describe how your company fits into the oil and gas sector. Now this is a question you're asking the supplier to describe something, so you might want to make this a text. And we'll we'll fill in these things quickly. We'll require this answer as well. And we'll make this 500 pixels wide and 1,000 characters they can type in as an answer. Now what we'll do is we'll go to section 2. We'll leave all these blank, so the template will just ignore the things that are blank. We'll go to section 2 and we'll call section 2 as your experience. We'll say, has your company ever done a project like this? And this should be a yes or no answer. We'll make it a checkbox for them, so they can only answer yes or no. Now you can see we can make this very versatile. We can make a very long. We'll require this response too. How wide should this be? Well, we don't have to worry about it. It's a checkbox, so we don't have to worry about how wide it is. And the next question is, say, when was the last time you delivered a project in the oil and gas sector? Now, this should be a date. They will have to answer in the form of a date. They will have instructions. We'll make this a required for you too. They will have instructions on. We'll make this 400 pixels wide. Now, I think we are done with a simple template that we want to create. Now we can preview the template, see what it looks like to the supplier. And you will see that on the side here. Sorry about the fact that some of these questions are scrunched up, but it looked better to the supplier. How many years has your company been in business? Now, when you take your mouse over that answer box that you have provided, it actually pops up that thing you typed into the comment. Please type in how many years your company has been in existence. You can't actually type into anything here because this is just a preview. Now, you can see that the first section says your company info. That was the name you gave to the first section. Second section says your experience. And has your company ever done a project like this? And you can see that there's a checkbox over there. Check if yes. When was the last time you delivered a project in the oil and gas sector? Now, that's where they have to answer in the form of a date. Now, I like this template, so I'm going to save this template. And I can use this later in creating my RFP.